Morning, Happy Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Business System, KS Rangasamy College of Technology, Tiruchendur. So today I'm going to discuss about waterfall model in software engineering methodologies. So before getting into that, what is waterfall model? The waterfall model was the first model referred as a linear sequential model. So, which means all the processes that are connected with a sequential order only. The waterfall model was first model to be introduced. It is also referred as a linear sequential model in a life cycle model. So, it is very easy to understand and use. In waterfall model, each phase must be connected, each phase must be completed before next phase can begin, and there is no overlapping in the first phase. So in this, for example, the first process is requirement analysis. The next one is system design process. So after that completing the requirement analysis, then only the sequence will be move on to the system design part. So in this manner, all the data are move on to all the data flow are move on to sequential manner. So it is very easy to understand and use. So in waterfall model, each phase must be completed before next phase. So which means each process will be completed, then only the next phase will be move on. So and there is no overlapping in the phase. The next one is in this this is first software development life cycle model. The waterfall model is the first software development life cycle model to be used widely in software engineering to ensure success of the project. So almost all the software engineering concerns are used to this waterfall model because which is very easy to understand, and most of the software engineering concerns same waterfall model. In this approach, the whole process of software development is divided into different phases. So like that, each phase contains 6 phases in waterfall model. There are 6 phases. Any process is there, any problem is there, if any product is there, that problem is divided into different phases. So all the problems and all the suggestions will be divided into different phases. It may be 6, depends upon the problem or suggestions. The process will be divided into different phases. Suppose if any process is there, here outcome of one phase is input to other phase. Outcome of requirement is input of design phase, and the outcome of design phase is input to implementation, and the outcome of implementation is to input of testing. So, and the outcome of testing to input of deployment, and outcome of deployment is to input of maintenance. This is what the process of sequential manner. This is the outcome of a one should input of next phase, that should be sequential. One thing you have to remember: if one phase is completed, then only you can access the next phase. Without completing the before phase, you are not supposed to access the next phase. Once it is freezed, then only move on to next phase. So like a waterfall top-down approach. Waterfall model contains different phases. The first one is requirement, the next one is design, the third one is implementation, the fourth one is testing, and the fifth one is deployment, and sixth one is maintenance. The next one is waterfall model diagram. In this diagram, after the collecting requirement from the customer, the requirement after completing the requirement phase, then only the design phase will be processed on. After completing the design phase, we'll move on to deployment. After deployment process completing, the testing phase will be. So after completing the testing phase, the deployment phase will be move on. After the deployment, the maintenance phase is processing. So the first one is requirement analysis. Now, first requirement analysis. What do you mean by this requirement analysis? Here, requirement gathered and documented in requirement specification document, which is also known as software requirement specifications. So all the collected information which will be stored in the software requirement specification document, which is maintained as a document. So whatever the user's requirements, suppose I am saying to the person, I want this all the specification. I need the output like this. I want the product like this, and I am going to run an application like this. So you are giving some specification and ideas to the team people. That is call it as a requirement analysis. That will be documented in a SRS document or a software specification document. So all the collected information will be stored and maintained in a software requirement specification document. So whatever the user requirement and what are the customer requirements, that will be first documented. So this is requirement analysis. The next one is system design. The system design helps in specifying hardware and the system requirements and also defining overall system architecture, which means what type of hardware we have to use in the what type of hardware that we have to use, and whatever the requirement that system require. So depends upon the system require, the hardware and particular softwares are designed. That are we need, and also defining overall system architecture. So here, first we can get the designing input based on the requirement from the customer. The process will be move on in a system design that we need, and also defining overall system architecture to develop a complete system. Whatever they need, that you call it as system design components. So also next to that, you call it as a system design. So that will be designed in this way. So the next one is implementation. So input from system design, whatever the input that we have taken from the system design, the system is developed in small programs or units. So after getting the requirements in the implementation stage, all the requirement, all the problems that are divided into a number of small programs or units. So here we are implementing the program into small units. Each unit is tested for its functionality and it's refer as a unit test. Here writing a code and we are testing that each unit by using unit test, so that everything will become under the implementation. Okay, my product is over and it is every unit small programs that are tested and it is successful, so that in this testing. The next one is deployment. Deployment, which is known as in testing. Here you can also call it as integration and testing. Here I am making a small program for a unit. So each unit we are testing. So after that you have to combine all the divided units or separated unit or whatever that divided programs or subprograms that are all the programs are combined together. So that you called as integration. All the units are integrated and tested. Deployment is nothing but once a functional and a non-functional testing is done, everything was done, the testing under the function, non-function, everything is done. Product is completely fit. You are ready to deliver the product to the customer environment, or you directly releasing into the market. And that stage you called as a deployment. Okay, I released everything and my product is now running in the market and customer is using. So even though if your project is now running in the market and customer is using, so even though if you over your project was delivered, so if you are facing if you are facing any issues from the client environment, so you have to be fixed those problems, and also if they want and the enhancement to the product, you have to add that and you have to release it again in the stage wise. So that stage you call it as a maintenance. The maintenance stage will be occurred only in the client or customer environment only. Product you have to add and you have to release. So the maintenance stage will be occurred. So in the customer environment, only some maintenance they will be done. These are the different stages in waterfall model. Now let us see the advantage and disadvantages of using waterfall model. Advantages. So in a waterfall model, it is simple and easy to understand and use. So all the most of the software concerns that most of the software concerns using this waterfall model, because which is a simple and easy to understand and easy to use. And the next is easy to manage, and each phase has a specific delivery and review process. So in this waterfall model, we can easily manage that process that are included in waterfall stages or phases, whatever it may be. This is what advantages of waterfall model. The next step here, the requirement are very well understood in waterfall model, and it is easy to arrange task also. These are all advantages of using waterfall model. So now let us see the disadvantages of waterfall model. Using waterfall model, no working software is produced until late during the life cycle. No working model will be produced by using this waterfall model. If you follow the waterfall model, so this is a problem, and the high amount of risk and uncertainty will be there. So top risk and uncertainty will be in waterfall model, and it is not a good model for complex and object-oriented programs. And this is a poor model for large and ongoing projects. So we can't able to suppose using this waterfall model for complex and object-oriented programs. So you can't able to get the proper output. So this is a poor model for large and ongoing projects. So this is waterfall model, and these are all the different types of different stages of waterfall model and the advantage and disadvantages of waterfall model. Thank you.